Hey guys, how you doing? RVP here, and it's a beautiful snowy Sunday in Vancouver, and I'm loving it. It's beautiful outside. How's it going over in London there, Bo?
Hey guys, it is cold here. We have the Serbian Russian winter coming in. It's going to be the coldest week on record for quite a long time this week. So it's a bit chilly as well.
Well, there you go. All parts of the globe are freezing over apparently, but that doesn't matter. MasterMind Motivation Worldwide is here to make your day better. All right. Not saying that the snow is ugly or the cold weather sucks, but it doesn't matter. That's what we do. Bo and I, we show up on Friday, and now we like throwing it in on Sundays every once in a while too. We're kind of feeling out different times, different days that work for you guys. So today we're doing it at 12:30 p.m. Pacific time, and seeing how this one goes. But thanks for showing up, guys. We love doing these live feeds, and it's to inspire you, motivate you, and make your day great. Today we're going to talk about something that everyone has a bout with, and that's honesty and lying. So, we go through life and we tell our little white lies here. Sometimes we tell these massive lies to get ourselves out of some shit or whatever. But in the end, is it really worth it? A lot of people can say at times, hey, being honest, you can't be too honest to people, put them down. But what are you going to do? Lie to them? Well, Bo and I have thought about this a lot. We've talked about it a lot. And basically what we're going to do today is go through 6 steps to honesty. Okay, we're going to talk about honesty and lying, and 6 steps that we think are crucial and very important to add to your life. But we're going to get it started with Bo. And Bo, put it simply, you got to be honest with what you really want to do, right? How would you go?
Honesty isn't just a principle. It goes beyond that because it's the difference between who you are as an authentic person and I don't know. I just don't think words are powerful enough to describe that. You have to live your life, everything, honestly, in order to have the life of your dreams, to achieve what you want, to find the people around you that you want to build relationships with, to do everything in your life. There's a great phrase I heard a while ago called feeding the dragon. And you have this baby dragon and you throw it a white lie. And now just throw it another one. And before you know it, the thing's burnt your house down. And you go, how did I get here? Well, that's how it happened. And you really have to get honest about what it is to be who you are. Because I think a lot of us are dishonest, not maliciously, dishonest to who our true selves are and to our creator, to our relationship with the universe. And if we can align that honesty, I think we would have so much more in this world to give. And yeah, it comes with the kind of the scaredness of vulnerability, but in kind of being honest in who you are is so important. Like I'm not stuck for words, but it's such a mammoth principle. And in fact, Ray Dalio, in his book Principles, his company, Bridgewater, was built on one main principle, and that was transparency. And even if it cost the reputation of the company, it got someone fired, they lost them $1 billion, they had to be honest and transparent. And that was their motto moving forward. And that's why they're one of the biggest investment hedge fund companies in the world. And this is, so if you want to kind of look at it from a monetary value point, one of the most successful people in the world, his main principle is honesty. I think you were onto something there. But not only that, it's about being honest in who you are as, okay, who am I? I know Ryan, when I met Ryan through Devin Townsend Project, and I got into Devin Townsend Project because someone showed a video to me of Devin talking about why he plays the music he plays. And broaching on honesty, he said, look, if you're a nerd, play nerd music. Whatever it is you are, there's a tribe for you, like find your vibe for your tribe kind of thing. You got to do that, honestly. So that would, man, I could speak for hours on this because it's so important. Like there's no point even trying to live. That's how big I think this is, unless you brace how important honesty is in your life. But what I think's kind of bigger is you got to figure out to be honest with yourself before you go into the world and say, I'm going to change everything and stop that. So Ryan, your point of view, how are you going to start figuring out how to be honest with yourself?
Well, here's the biggest thing, guys. Look at it this way. How many times have you been in a situation in your life where you lie to fit in? Okay. Next thing you know, you get away with the lie. And as soon as you get away with that lie, you know what you have to do? For the rest of your life, you have to live with that unless you end up being honest and telling the truth. And in the end, that ends up hurting you more. So, you know, when you're being honest with yourself and trying to figure out who you are, that's the most important step, I believe, to becoming honest on a regular basis. Okay. You got to look at yourself. For example, for me with music right now, I'm in between gigs. DTP's on hiatus right now. So I'm getting a ton of bands who are reaching out to me and they're saying, hey, drumming this or drumming that, drumming that. And you know what? I have to be honest. And I've been honest with every single one of these bands. There's been bands in there where I thought, okay, here's a pretty cool option. This could be a great band to play in or something. But it's not really me. Or do I feel I can pull that off? Am I going to lie about it just so I get a shot to get into this band? And then I show up and I can't play the parts, you know, just because it was a big band. That'd be the dumbest thing I could do. You know, another dumb thing I could do is go to a band. Yeah, I totally love your music. It's awesome. I'm stoked, you know. And in reality, I don't like the music. You know what I mean? And when I show up or I get on a tour bus or I'm on stage playing like this, you know what? It's going to be so obvious, guys. So you need to be 110% honest with yourself moving forward. Don't tell little lies just to get into a situation that you want to be in, just to put a smile on someone else's face, because the minute that you get busted with that, it's worse. It's what ends up happening. It becomes a worse situation. And, you know, the other thing too, who wants to live with a ton of lies their entire life? It's not worth it, man. You know, and I know every single one of us has lied. There's no question, you know, and the key is just to be honest with yourself and forfeit those lies just to fit in. And that's it. It's pretty straightforward. But, you know, here's the other thing, which I actually wrote this down too, because I was curious. Bo's going to talk about this one, but catching yourself every time you tell a white lie. This is a really interesting topic. How do you go about handling that, Bo?
Well, just before I say anything, I can notice my camera's cutting out every now and then. I'm not sure why, but can you hear me?
I could see you the whole time, man.
Yeah, I just clicked on the channel. So if it is going out, I apologize. Let me know if you can hear me. I have actually changed cameras today, but anyway, jumping back, catching yourself when you tell a white lie. This is the saying you want to be on a health craze and you find yourself eating a packet of Doritos kind of feeling. And they're small lies. Again, I go back to the analogy of feeding the dragon. So we all have dragons within us and they're little beautiful creatures. However, we feed them these little white lies every now and then. And some of them you might think are harmful, but will come. And I promise you, every single one comes and bites you on the ass. And the amount of kind of stories you're going to have to start telling in your head to line up with things, it starts to trip you up. And it all comes down to a very simple thing, and it's comfort. If you are uncomfortable, you're probably going to lie because either one, you don't like yourself and you feel that the version that you need to present to the world is not congruent with who you are. So you're going to try and send something out there. So we've all grown up with the guy who said he slept with Britney Spears or stuff like this. The guy who shagged a million women. Yeah, we all know those guys. Are they saying that because they did that? No, they're saying that because they want to feel worth something in your eyes. And if you're the person who said that, it's because maybe you're so unhappy with yourself that you just want someone in your life. So I think it's time to start getting comfortable with yourself. Now, jumping ahead quickly, we have an amazing 100% responsibility exercise today that will tie into this. However, it's catching yourself every single time you do it. And when you start to do this practice and you start to, you kind of like you give yourself over to the life, you surrender and say, I'm now going to live an honest, transparent life, regardless of the consequences. And I'm not going to tell white lies. I'm not going to kind of make things more comfortable for me. Once you do that, you're going to start noticing that you're going to be you're going to say something. Say you're on a train to work, and say you're late to work, and it's on a train, and you say, get to work, sorry, my train was delayed. Truth is, you couldn't be arsed getting up 10, 15 minutes earlier. Like little things like that, that'll compound, because if you think you can get away with that, it's the same with drug addicts. They start small and look where that goes. You just think the next thing's just a little more. There's a great Louis C.K. Skit where he accuses his daughter of eating chocolate. And he's like, did you eat the chocolate? And she's like, no. And then he's like, okay, then. And the child's lied. And it's like, yeah, good luck kind of knocking that out of their system, the perfect solution to every problem for the rest of their lives. But honestly, it's hard. And you're normally going to catch yourself after to start with. So you're going to say it and go, shit. And you know what? You got one of two things. You can either just come clean and go, 10 minutes ago, I said I was delayed on a train. Yeah. Truth is, I was tired. And they're going to look at you a bit funny and go, I don't care. Stop wasting my time. Just go back to your job. However, once you get into this practice, eventually you're going to start catching yourself within it. As you're about to say it, it's bubbling inside because you're trying to disalign with who you truly are. And then you're going to get to this beautiful place where you're just going to go, oh, I know the old me would have done this. So that's what I think catching yourself is. As I said, we've got a great exercise later that's going to put a bit of pressure on you to start living this life. And every successful person I know has no problem doing that and coming clean. And I think that's what I want to talk with Ryan now. So Ryan, how do you admit it when you've been wrong to other people and yourself? Because I think it's going to start with other people first, because you know what? We don't take care of ourselves as we should.
Yeah, you know what? You just simply can't be scared to be wrong. It's plain and simple. As soon as you do that and you lie to someone, that could ruin a relationship. That could ruin a business working situation. Your potential for a new job. It could be anything, okay? But the key is to admit it when it happens, okay? I've lied before. You know what? I've probably had a little white lie within the last week. I'm not the most perfect person in the world, never will be, and I'm going to lie again in the future. And you know what? I'm going to have to catch myself. So this ties in with what Bo was just talking about. When these little white lies happen, you have a choice to catch them. If you end up going through with it, do not be scared to admit that you're wrong. A great example that happens around my household all the time is, Angela will be at work and she'll sit there and she'll go, make sure you walk the dogs. It's really important. They didn't get their walk today. And I'll be, yeah. I love my dogs. And you know what? I walk them all the time. Sometimes I get super busy. My time management wasn't the best that day. I don't walk the dogs. Angela comes home. Hey, babe, did you walk the dogs? Yeah. And she'll look and the leashes haven't moved. Everything's still the same. And I'll be like, no. And then I'll admit it, okay? I'll admit that I'm wrong. And the one thing I am proud of is I usually admit that I'm wrong very soon after the lie. And what I mean by very soon are seconds, okay? I don't like lying. I know that it doesn't get you anywhere. And when I lie, it's little white lies. And I stay away from the big ones because it's just not worth it. You know what I mean? And it's not like the little ones are worth it. That's why I always tend to catch myself and just admit that I'm wrong if I tell a white lie and it's something that I did wrong or a mistake that I'm trying to cover up or anything like that. It's the same thing with vacuuming the floors. If I'm vacuuming the floors and Ange wants me to do that, and she comes home from work and did you vacuum the floors? And like, oh yeah, I totally did. And she can look at the floor and she'll know if it was vacuumed or not. It's just not worth it, guys. So being honest and admitting when you're wrong, this is a huge step to being honest more often. Okay, it's helping get rid of the little white lies that can creep into our lives. But I just find it's absolutely crucial that you're honest with yourself, and most of all, you're able to admit that you're wrong. There's nothing wrong with being wrong. Okay. We learn from our mistakes. This is a great thing. Lies can actually help you guys. Think about it this way. You tell a white lie. You can figure out why you told that. And if you deduce it, just like we deduce everything in our lives, you can get to an answer that will help you make a better decision in being honest the next time around. And you know, the biggest thing with lies, who are lies usually told to? They're usually told to your close friends, your family, your business relations, anyone you know in your life. You know, that's a terrible thing. What if you had a new opportunity and it was someone, for example, in the motivational speaking world, say it was Tony Robbins or something, and Bo went up to Tony and just told a little white lie so he could get in there. Do you think that's going to benefit him if Tony found out, a guy that powerful found out a little bit later? No, I don't think so. So this leads into the next topic, which is a really important one. And Bo, we'll let you talk about this one. How important is it being honest within your relationships?
It's the most important thing, because at the end of the day, when you're on your deathbed and you're just about to check out, the only thing you're going to have left is your relationships. You can't take all that gold with you. And wouldn't it be nice if your last memories were of great relationships, not just with your family and friends, but people you met along the way, strangers, everyone like that. And being honest in a relationship it's how I've always had, I'm not bragging, but it's how I've always had great success with having like intimate relationships, because I'm completely transparent about who I am. I don't try and be the big I am and try and do all this stuff. I'm just me. I'm like this weird, geeky-ish kind of bearded guy who just does what he does. I believe it, because being honest with who I am, I can only attract people who love me for me. And as a result, it's not that you never have to try then, but you meet someone on the same playing field as you and you're both playing the same game. And the problem is, a lot of people go into these relationships and they put on a mask. And the mask that they put on them really dictates that, okay, I'm going to peacock, I'm going to be the best, I'm going to do this and that, I'm going to make myself seem really cool. And you go out, and this isn't just trying to attract a mate, this isn't anything. You put on your mask, and then you go out into the world and you're pretending to be someone you're not. Not kind of identity theft kind of levels, but I'm talking you're just trying to be a little more than you are or whatnot. And then what happens is that mask will drop. It has to eventually. If you do form a relationship with someone and they don't find out about the mask, you'll be deep enough into the relationship where they will find out about it, because you're going to become your true self at some point, because it's just the most comfortable way to be. As soon as that happens, you're either going to scare them away, you're going to get penalized, or you're going to feel even worse about yourself. So you got to be honest from the get-go. And we're all guilty of it. How many times when we're in school, you see the cool kid, and I'm going to be the cool kid as well. So what am I going to do? Well, they smoke, so I'm going to smoke. No. Luckily, I had really good parents who drilled it into me earlier. Just be proud of who you are and just be yourself. And if people beat you up because you're an idiot, well, this is the way it is, I'm afraid. That's life. So being in a relationship, not just, as I said, with your intimate partner, but with everyone, you have to be honest, because that's how you're going to get true relationships. That's how people are going to go the extra mile, the extra 10 miles for you, because they go, no, I know exactly what this guy's like. I know what he's going to do. It also stops them reciprocating something that they know is not going to land on you. For instance, they're not going to, because you've got an honest relationship with someone, when they try something on you, they try and give you something, whatnot, and it doesn't resonate with you, they don't feel rejected, because they know who you are. They know that you don't like the tangy cheese Doritos, because you know it's got to be chili heat wave. but you know what I mean. You got to be honest in your relationships, and if relationships are the foundation to your life, it's gonna bleed in. And plus, it's good practice. Like, it would be just complete bullshit to say everyone around you is completely honest and they are living this Zen monastic life of just transparency, because you know what? The reason we're not being honest is because we're afraid and we're uncomfortable. So we're going to have to start learning a bit of vulnerability training. I'm sure that we can do a whole fucking hour on that. But just for now, Ryan, how would you start taking like small steps, small truths, as you say, to start getting this train going in the right direction?
Okay, so remember this always, guys. Consistent lying will turn into one massive lie. Okay. If you keep on telling small truths, it's going to turn into nothing but honesty. It works both ways, guys. You got to be very careful of all these little white lies that you tell. Instead, you need to work on resolving those and turning them into small truths. And that's what I've been taught. Okay. Not what I figured out, but my parents taught me that from a young age. They taught me how important it was to be honest and not to lie, and how much trouble it could get you into. There was this one time, and I thought it was just a small little white lie, but as a little kid, and it was a big lie. I was, I think, in grade 1 or 2, and I was talking with my best friend in class, Corey and Ave, and so we had to go sit behind the desk at the class because, you know, we got in trouble for talking during class. And then, you know, I was telling the Corey, I'm like, hey, man, let's get the fuck out of here. Let's bust, you know. He's like, are you kidding? It's like the middle of school, man. And it's like, so I went to the teacher. I have to go to the washroom. Went to the cloakroom, grabbed my jacket, went home. You know, it's like the school's freaking out. Okay. Parents are like, what the hell? You know, my aunt was the one who ended up coming to my house going, what the hell are you doing? You're supposed to be in school. Everyone's freaking out. You know, to me, this little, you know, 7-year-old kid or whatever, it was just a little white lie. You know, that's how I thought of it. But look at the massive amount of shit I landed in. But not only that, that I caused for a lot of people. Like the town was looking for me. They thought I got kidnapped or something, right? So these little small lies are the ones you need to work on first. Again, deducing. You go back to where all of this starts, okay? All these small lies turn into one massive lie. So make all these small lies small truths instead. Catch yourself when you do it, correct yourself, and practice, you know, being honest at all times, which is going to lead into our 100% responsibility exercise. So I don't want to talk too much about that. But the key is to practice the small truths means you need to deduce everything back to where these little white lies originate from. As soon as you know where they are, you can start working on those things. And that's an absolutely crucial thing for you to master in life, to lead you to a road of being honest on a consistent basis. I'm going to tell you this right now before we go into the 100% responsibility exercise, guys. No matter what, we're always going to have little white lies. There isn't a person on the face of this planet who hasn't told a lie or who doesn't lie every once in a while. And you know what? It may be harmless. It could be even making up a story just to make someone laugh. You know what I mean? It's like there are some lies out there that, you know, in the end really aren't going to hurt anyone in the end. But does it make it right? And that's the question that you got to ask yourself. Does it make it right? You know what? I could think of a million great stories where I'm not lying to make people laugh as well. So this is what you have to keep in mind every time, you know, you feel that urge to maybe tell a little bit of a white lie or something like that. In the end, start being honest with yourself, start creating the small truths as opposed to the small lies. And I guarantee you it will make your life that much more enjoyable. And all those around you will enjoy it as well because you're not lying to them. End of story. So that leads us into our 100% responsibility exercise. And I think this is an awesome one. Bo and I thought up a really good one this week, but Bo's going to tell it to you this week. So take it away, Bo.
So let's do this, guys. But like we say every week, it is your 100% responsibility to move that mouse and subscribe to this channel. We need those subscriptions because we love doing this for you guys, and we want it to be the best possible channel we can. And like every single week, we're going to keep giving you these exercises. So this week, you probably get a lot hit on you this week going, okay, they're talking about honesty. Yeah, maybe I'm a liar. Maybe you feel bad about yourself. Look, it's cool. We've all been there. We've all done it. But at least you're starting to notice. So let's keep the momentum going. So this week's exercise is, and we're, rather than for the rest of time, let's just call it a week until we meet again next week. each time this week you find yourself getting that impulse for a white lie, or you're going to start like just deviating your entire life in a different direction, don't. However, should you feel the need that, like an addiction, like a crack addict or something, that you got to tell that lie, that sweet lie, you know what you do? You're going to penalize yourself. And there's a few ways you can do this. There was a great one on diet bet I read a long time ago, because leverage, you need leverage. This isn't going to change. If this is a bad habit for you, leverage is going to change this. On diet bet, there was a good one where two people were trying to work each other out and trying to get into diet. And the loser had to eat a can of dog food and broadcast it live on air. And you know what? When you got enough people following that lie, fantastic. So here's what you do. You need an accountability partner, like in everything. You need to let someone in on your little secret mission for the week. You got to say it's your lover, your brother, anyone who's human, not your dog, and say, you know what? I'm going to try and be even more honest and transparent. I think a good word, if you don't want to say like, I don't want to lie this week, just say, look, I want to be a more authentic person this week. So every time you catch me, or I feel I'm going to catch myself lie, you have to make me give £5 or $5 either to a charity I hate. Like if you want to donate to the NRA, this is like, we're going to have some serious leverage. Or say you're at work, or there's someone around your community, or your grumpy neighbor, someone you dislike, you got to give them $5. And it's the responsibility of your friend to make sure that happens. That's enough leverage, because as soon as you go, maybe I was late for that train, and then you see that person's face in your head, you're like, oh, I'm not going to fund their life. you're going to stop yourself. And I know it sounds extreme, but you know what? Major action will get major results. And this kind of leverage is fun as well, because you can laugh about it. But if you've got an accountability partner who says, yeah, Love Child Fund, whatever that is, you need that. So I think it's really important that you need accountability. That's like our number one thing. You got to be accountable. So guys, for 1 week, try and squash that little feeding mechanism to feed that dragon within you to tell those white lies. If you do tell it, penalize yourself and be honest about that, because you don't want that to build into its own little dragon. So that's going to be this week's responsibility exercise. I just looked through a few people are on here, and we've actually had some really good feedback from last week's 100% responsibility complementing exercise.
Nice.
Which is good. We had Ida say, I'm not in a relationship and I don't have a best friend, so I complimented myself and it was awesome. You know, that's fucking awesome, because you know what? We don't treat ourselves with enough respect. And if we actually treated ourselves like we treat other people and our pets, the world would be such a better place. They reckon one of the number one reasons organ transplants fail is not because the organ doesn't take, and not because your body resists it. It's because at the end of it, you're not taking the rejection drugs. You just go, oh no, it'll be fine. And you put that off. And that's why organ failure happens. Like something that big comes down to you just going, meh, someone else can fix that for me. But for you to start working on yourself is amazing. So from myself, and I know Ryan as well, congratulations on that. And you got to keep doing that, because that's only going to grow.
Yeah, 100%.
But there's a few other people on here, and yeah, this is a harsh exercise, guys. This is going to be hard. And you know what? Life is sunshine, and life is also farts, and it's whatever it's truth. That's the name. We're going to change this from MasterMind sessions to sunshine and farts. No, it's true, because everything in life is beautiful in its own way. However, those uncomfortable in the moments and those things that make you a bit squeamish and you don't want to do, it's probably where you want to be in your life, because that's where the magic happens. They say your life starts 1 millimeter outside your comfort zone. So I think by you doing this exercise that myself and Ryan have come up with, you're really going to see a massive improvement in your life. You're going to feel even more uncomfortable than ever. And you know what? You're going to start living a more authentic one. Another one, sorry, Ryan, that I just wanted to add was, I think it's quite important that if there's something that you are holding onto, and you're currently, if you're watching this and you're currently within a cycle of a lie or a cycle of fake truths, just drop it. Let's release. and just go, yeah, it's over. Just, yeah, you got caught by myself and Ryan. Tough shit. So find that person that you've been dishonored to, or that you've, whatever it is, and just own up to it. And you know what? I know for Ryan, and I know for myself, when someone actually comes clean to you, the balls that takes, you have so much respect for that person, because you're seeing for the first time, you might actually be seeing the authentic person for the first time. And they're the most attractive humans in existence. So that's enough ranting from me, Ryan.
Yeah, well, no, it's well said. And you know what? It goes the other way with this responsibility exercise as well. As you could donate to a charity you hate because you're just like, I don't want to give any more money to those. The other way you can do it too is you can donate to a charity you love. It's not going to make you want to lie more. You can just donate without lying. It doesn't matter. But the bottom line is it's a win-win situation no matter what. The most important thing about this exercise, it has absolutely nothing to do with the fucking money. Nothing. It has everything to do with you being honest. And if it's not money that's gonna do it, then find something else. Maybe it is a can of dog food. Maybe you got to eat a full or a half can of dog food. If you lied, 5 times, you can make up the rules however you want. Just make it so you learn from the exercise. That's the most important thing. We just gave you an example. You can punish yourself however you like. But remember, it's all about you becoming honest with yourself and the people around you. That's the most important thing. So that's it this week for MasterMind Motivation Live feed. Again, like Bo had already mentioned, we're starting to build quite the community, guys. The subscriptions are coming up every week. It's awesome. People are spreading the news. I know people like Tracy and Joe and Ida, they're always spreading the news, and we're getting more and more people coming on, and it's amazing. So please, for all the new people who have checked it out, or if you're watching this video after the live feed was done, just subscribe. That's it. Just subscribe. Spread the word. That's the other thing. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever. Let people know about it. We love doing this. We do it on our own time, and we're trying different times for you guys. Sunday today, and how many people were new? Do you see any new faces today, Bo?
There's a lot of lurkers. People like to lurk.
See? That's a good thing. So here we go. Maybe Sunday's a good thing. Let us know in the comment section. What day do you prefer, Friday or Sunday? What time? Noon, 2 p.m. Pacific time? Like, let us know these things. That helps us plan a little bit better. But we will be back. We're going to aim for next Friday, I think. We're going to go back to a Friday. And we'll have a brand new topic for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Honesty and lying. I think this was a great topic. I think the 6 steps we talked about were really important. And the responsibility exercise is excellent. I think everyone watching, including Bo and I who were talking about it, could easily do this exercise this week. It's always a work in progress. That's what life is. But remember, honesty will always be the best way to go. Honesty is the best policy. End of story. So have a great weekend. Have a great Sunday. Bo, hope you have a great day. Any last words?
Well, just quickly, next week, because it's the start of the month, we're going to go back to the Q&A because it's a short month. It's February. We want your questions. We had a really cool one last at the start of February where we do a mastermind. We do it once a month, Q&A. You ask us anything. We take about 5 or 6 questions, and it could be on anything. So just ask us. And my final thoughts are, if you are going the dog food route, 4th Glade duck is my favorite. 75% duck with potatoes and vegetables. Good luck, guys. Have a great Sunday. Enjoy the start of the week. Crush it. So have a great night, guys. See you soon.
Have a great week, guys. Take care.